Hey everyone, how are you doing on this fine day? I hope you're looking after yourselves. Welcome back to the Crows Nest Chronicles. Tonight it's not quite session 4. Uh, this is session 3.5. The part that when bards sing songs they usually skip, which is the consequences. We're not delving a dungeon or chasing monsters this time. We're sitting with what happened, what the forest, what the queen did to us, what the guild has learned, and what it now demands in return. Names have been written, debts have been taken, and the world beyond Dewsburn has started to move. After this, in session 4, we head out into that wider world that I've been talking about at the beginning, and for the first time, our journey will be timed in session 4. Timed, you say? You'll find out exactly what that means as I read. Session 3.5 Ash on the Path. Vraska walks ahead with stiff, controlled steps. Her bow stays in her hands the entire time. Gus's back burns where the queen touched him. He says nothing. If he speaks, he will break. No wind stirs, no leaves, no birds call, even the crows are absent. When they make it to Dewsburn, they stand in silence before looking at each other, eyes wet, pale. They slowly head to the guild hall. The guild hall door is open before they even reach it. Crow Mother Elaine stands in the threshold, like a statue. Where is Thane? His token, even. Vraska collapses to her knees, Gus along with her. She took him, this queen. Elaine raises a hand. Silence falls like a guillotine. Her eyes shift to Gus, silencing Vraska. Tell me. Gus forces the words out while his back burns. We found him, freed him, we killed something in the hollow, a guardian, warden, but something older was beneath. She rose from the ground, and she killed him. We couldn't stop her. Elaine steps forward, stopping inches from them both. She touches nothing, not armor, not skin, but the air between them trembles. The voice slips down to a whisper. The queen beneath. Awake again? She looks at them, eyes widening with a mix of terror and fury. You have no idea what you've done. Her gaze drops to Gus's neck and sees faint trails of black, pulsing veins under his skin, and she recoils. She touched you. You carry her mark, her attention, her hunger. Vraska looks at Gus with horror. Elaine kneels, touches Vraska's cheek gently, motherly, presses her forehead to hers, and whispers, You lived. That is enough. Then she raises, and the softness burns away. This is no longer a rescue mission like before. This is a war. Location: Guild Hall, sleeping quarters. Time: 9 p.m. Gus finally collapses onto his cot in the guild hall, exhausted, unable to scrub the queen's touch and mark from his skin. Sleep drags him down like a black tide, but it does not bring rest, only the forest. Gus stands at the edge of a clearing made of ash. The trees around him are pale and leafless, bending inwards as though listening. At the centre of the clearing lies Thane, or what's left of him. Not mangled, not torn, but hollowed, emptied like a carved gourd, eyes open, staring, a silent scream frozen on his face. His chest rises and falls, but Gus knows Thane is not breathing. The wind shifts. The queen appears behind Thane's corpse as though stepping out from behind a curtain. Her long dark hair, her 6 eyes gleam with cold amusement. She kneels beside Thane and strokes his hair with a tenderness that makes Gus's stomach twist. You left him. Her voice is soft, like a mother soothing a restless child. You ran, and he died screaming your name. Thane's lips move, not in breath, but as though pulled by invisible strings. Why did you leave me? The voice is wrong. Dead things shouldn't speak. Gus tries to shout, to step forward, to move, but his legs refuse. Roots coil up around his ankles, holding him. His back burns. The Queen lifts Thane's limp wrist and lets it fall bonelessly. Then she stands over him, her crown of root and bone scraping the grey sky. Do not worry. She raises her hand. Roots burst from the ground, piercing Thane's corpse, lifting him like a grotesque puppet. His body hangs there, swaying gently, mouth open in a silent wail. Queen steps behind him, placing her hands on his shoulders like presenting a gift. I will make sure he walks again. Thane's head jerks towards Gus, his eyes empty, filling with white light. I'm still here. The Queen's smile widens. You killed my warden, so I made another. The roots twist tighter around Gus, dragging him down into the ash. The Queen appears next to Gus and whispers into his ear. He rises at dawn, little crow, and he will come home. Warn everyone. I am awake. I am hungry. On moon, little crow. Gus wakes. He bolts upright, gasping, covered in sweat. The mark on his back burns, icy hot, not glowing, pulsing. Braska is at his side immediately. Gus, what happened? But Gus cannot speak, because outside, faint and distant, carried on no wind, a crow screams, then chokes, then goes silent. The morning omen. The first light of morning creeps over Dewsburn, but it does not arrive gently. A strange stillness settles across the village. No birds, no crows, no creak of wagon wheels. Not even the wind dares to pass through the streets. A fog rolls between the homes, thick, low, and unnaturally cold. It coils along the ground like it has a purpose. Villagers open shutters slowly, eyes wide, breaths held. Then someone sees it and screams. A single crow lies at the foot of the Guildhall's door, dead. But not torn, not pecked, not harmed by any natural predator. Its body is drained, feathers unnaturally grey, eyes white and empty, its beak frozen in a rigid gape, as though it died in terror. Its talons clutch something, a small clump of pale root with a smear of black sap. Crow Mother Elaine steps out of the Guildhall. The moment she sees the crow, her knees almost buckle. She's testing the boundary. The villagers around recoil. Braska stands there with Gus, trembling. What does it mean? Elaine lifts the dead crow gently, bowing her head like she's holding a child. The Queen's influence cannot leave the hollow, the forest, unless it is dying. She looks back at them with fear. This is a sign. The boundary is weakening. She is coming. She took Thane and is taking over the forest. She takes a deep breath. She is making soldiers. A villager suddenly points towards the tree line and everyone falls silent. At the forest edge between two trees stands a figure. Tall, broken, head hanging at a sharp angle. Its arms hang limp, its feet bare, leaving dark, wet prints on the soil. A thin root coils from its chest like an umbilical cord, trailing back into the forest. And when it lifts its head, even from a distance, Gus recognizes the frozen scream. Thane, or what's left of him. Braska covers her mouth, choking back a cry. Lane whispers, he has risen. Thane's corpse tilts its head slowly, unnaturally, like a puppet worked with trembling hands. Its mouth opens, no sound emerges, only a whiff of cold air and the smell of death. Then it takes one stumbling step towards Dewsburn. Villagers scatter, some scream, some fall to their knees. Crow Mother Elaine steps forward with terrifying calm. She doesn't flinch at the sight of the corpse. She doesn't tremble. She studies it, and that is somehow worse. She's testing us. Her voice is low, controlled. Fury simmering beneath every syllable. Vraska shakes her head in disbelief. Oh, Mother. Thane is... Elaine cuts her off. Thane is gone. What wears his body now is a messenger. She steps in front of Gus and Vraska, lifted to do so by a stern, ancient instinct to shield her guild members, her family. A guild member runs over with a staff that is crowned in crowbone and iron. She takes it and slams it to the ground. A sort of shockwave ripples outward, subtle but powerful, like the air bowing around her authority. Order 1, do not touch him. Whatever the Queen placed inside that corpse is meant to spread. Her corruption walks, it hungers by proximity. Thane's corpse stumbles again, dragging 1 foot through the dirt. Order 2, form a perimeter. Elaine gestures sharply to the villagers that stayed and to the guild trainees. Nobody approaches the tree line, nobody touches a root, nobody speaks the name of the hollow aloud. Her tone carries no room for refusal. Villagers scramble to pull children indoors, guild members form a shaky half-circle, shields raised. Gus Vraska with me. Her voice softens for a heartbeat, the only moment of humanity she allows herself. You brought this burden home. You will help me end it. She turns to Gus, her eyes harden. And you, Gus, you carry her mark. He winces but doesn't look away. She places a hand on his cheek. She sees through you. I must find a way to sever the link before she drives you mad. Vraska steps closer defensively. Is that even possible? Elaine doesn't answer. Not a yes, but not a no. They all turn to face the stumbling corpse of Thane. Corpse suddenly jerks upright, so listening to something far away. It tilts its head slowly towards Gus, unnatural, puppet-like, broken, and it smiles. Not a human smile, a stretched, wrong, corpse grin created by twisted skin, not lips. Then its mouth opens. It mouths a silent phrase as Gus's mark on his back burns, and Gus can almost hear it. She's coming. Then it is yanked by the roots like umbilical cord, and is dragged fast and suddenly back into the forest. Location, Guildhall. Time, 12 PM. The Guildhall is dim, candles burn low. The air is thick with the scent of herbs, ink, and fear. Elaine stands at a round table of carved crowwood, her hands braced against its scarred surface. Gus and Vraska stand opposite her. I have known of the Queen before the guild was officially named the Crow's Nest. Gus blinks in confusion. Vraska's brows knit sharply. Elaine continues. She's older than Tamlin's Forest, older than Dewsburn, older than most, if not all, kingdoms that scribble on maps and forget. She steps back from the table, lifting a long strip of worn parchment from a shelf. It depicts the region, but the forest is smaller, much smaller. There was a time the Queen ruled the land openly, before the rivers and trees. Vraska shivers, then says, how was she bound? Elaine's jaw tightens. By the first crows before we were crows, hunters of monsters so ancient, they no longer have names. She places the parchment down, its edges are charred. They sacrificed themselves to seal her beneath the earth, and the forest grew around her prison like a scab. She looks them in the eyes. She knows of me through time and whispers from the forest. It remembers everything done above and beneath its roots. She touches Gus's shoulder gently, painfully gentle. And now she knows you. Elaine moves to the window overlooking Dewsburn. The villagers huddle indoors, the forest looms like a black tide. Beyond it, the faintest traces of smoke rises on the horizon, the signs of war already burning between two kingdoms. Elaine speaks without turning. The Queen will not stop at Dewsburn. If she rises in full, she will devour Tamlin Forest, then the Vale, and every border between kingdoms. Vraska whispers, nobody will believe us. Elaine nods grimly. They will believe the dead when they march. She turns back to them, her voice steel. We have 1 moon, 1 month to gather help from those who still remember the old ways, or fear the old monsters more than they hate each other. She moves to a heavy chest in the corner and pulls out 3 small tokens, iron crows marked with old runes. These are envoy marks. They allow you to speak on my behalf to any hall, kingdom, or wandering order. Gus hesitates. And if they refuse? Elaine closes his fingers over the iron crow, then warn them and run. The room feels smaller now, as if the shadows lean closer to listen. You must leave Dewsburn, tonight or dawn you choose. He steps closer, her voice trembles for the first time. Bring allies, an army if you can. The Queen is waking. She is hungry. There's a moment of stillness. Go, little crows, before she plucks our wings clean. And then we have a roll of where we're going to be going first. We may be able to reach 2, depending on the times that we take. So to go to Viran, it takes 10 to 12 days. To go to Ashta, it's 8 to 10, and Ardalan is 6 to 9. Now, there is a war going on between Viran and Ashta, a type of holy war, per se. Ashta very much has inquisitors and is against pretty much everyone, as they believe they are some type of corrupted thing. Viran is fighting against them and would be, I guess, the better option because they do have an army. And then we have Ardalan, which is basically a type of wandering order that is known for hunting monsters. And the last time someone saw them where they were when they were wandering is between 6 to 9 days away. So we're going to roll for it, which is 1 to 3, which is, we're going to be rolling a d6 dice. And we're going to Ardalan. So, we will be continuing this next week on Friday at 7 PM, where we'll actually be timed with how many days it takes for us to try and get an army to get help and allies before the month is over. But I will leave it there, and I will see you all next week. At some point, the next week or so, we will be uploading our prologue to the Order of Eventide. So I will see you all then soon. And in the meantime, I'll be doing some reading sprints and some book reviews. Stay awesome, look after yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Remember to keep that lantern lit.
Go now, little crows, run before the dark wind blows. 1 moon until I crack the veil, 1 month before your strong hearts fail. Carry hope to trembling thrones, they will burn beside your own. I am waking, I am hungry. Run before your feathers mold clean. Go now, little crows, run before the heartwood grows. 1 moon till roots in armor creep, 1 month till cities drown in sleep. Carry lies to halls of stone, tell them they will die alone. I am waking, I am hungry. Run before your soft bones gleam. Little crows, your world is dying, your wings are frayed, your songs are lies. Bring armies, prayers, forgotten names. I'll pluck them clean before sunrise. For once the soil knows your heartbeat, once the roots recall